Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Prosperity and Health Alliance Monday night webinar. So great to have you on board. I am flying solo tonight as my fellow co-hosts, Wade Lightheart and Siha Top, are in the world, keeping busy, growing their businesses, and taking care of business. So Siha is actually somewhere in Central or South America, and Wade is closing up affairs here in Vancouver as he blasts off to LA and Panama in the very near future. So I'm your host this evening, Creel Hutchinson, and nice to have you on board. Before we get into the topic of tonight, which is going to be the getting started process, just wanted to let you know a few announcements, a few updates. In the 2017 version of the PH Alliance Monday night webinars, we're going to shift things up a little bit. The guys have decided that we're each going to do individual Monday nights, so that we can really bring you some high quality value material. So we're each going to pick topics that we feel we want to explore in depth for the team. We're going to bring our PowerPoints and really focus. Maybe it might take a little shorter a period of time on the Monday nights, but we're going to focus on different topics and kind of be the one-man show around that. And we're also inviting those of us out there in our organizations and teams at the 6A and above level in particular, that if you'd like to be on the show, we'll probably start with an interview process, getting to hear your story, what's happening for you. Please let us know. We're going to be starting those interviews coming up real soon, and just keep posted. We'll let you know in the blasts out that we send out during the week what the topics are going to be as best we can in advance. So with that said, we're going to do a training tonight, and one of the things I'd like to do is set up 2 recordings of this. So I'm just going to let the live audience know who's watching the full webinar. We're going to do a little bit of a cut and paste section so that the webinar getting started process can be its own individual link that you can use for your teams as a very clear educational process, rather than sending them, a 45-hour or 45-minute link. So we're going to start that process now. I invite you at any point to give your comments and feedbacks in the chat window. I will handle all those questions at the end, and love to always, as usual, hear your feedback. So with that, please sit back and enjoy the presentation. So Kim, let's cut and paste, and we'll move forward now. Hi everybody, and congratulations for joining the Prosperity and Health Alliance and the Enagic Business Opportunity. And this is going to be a quick overview of the getting started process. So this is for the brand new person, or it's for somebody who's in the business that is going to be training someone in your organization. So please sit back and take notes. And we will start with slide 1. The goal of this presentation is to get a new distributor connected to the community, its resources, and training system in order to create a strong foundation to grow a successful independent business. Without these things happening, community, resources, and the training system, the chances of someone succeeding is very low. So you're in the right place to really set your business up for massive success. The key words that you'll be hearing during this presentation are connection, training system, and duplication. If your actions in your business don't revolve around these 3 keywords, you might want to reconsider doing them and teaching them to your team, right? It's all about connecting new people to the organization, the family, as we like to say, and being part of something bigger than just one person's vision, but rather get a whole community come together, and we are able to facilitate that with the Prosperity and Health Alliance. The training system, and then the key is to duplicate what you're doing on and on into the future. Here's the timeline. You need to be doing this as soon as possible from day 1 when someone says yes to the business. So someone who has just signed up and who's watching this, you're in great shape. This is ASAP information to be received, and honestly, if you've got 1 to 90 days to achieve this type of delivery and impact, otherwise the chances of a person being involved with the project for much longer than 90 days without the information that you're going to hear in the next few minutes is very, very low. So crucial. Here's the situation. A new person has bought a system or entrepreneurial package and has clearly said they wish to do the business. Right? Or A customer reaches out stating they wish to do the business after a few weeks, months, or years have passed from purchase date. Both of these scenarios happens quite often in our business. So when that happens, here is the process that you want to follow with this person. There are 9 steps to follow. And let me ask you the question, what if? What if you follow all these 9 steps? What would happen as a result versus not doing them at all? Do you think the chances of your business succeeding following the 25 years of experience that Siha, Wade, and myself have put together of the training system here, do you think that would be valuable information to watch and follow? So the big question is, what if? What if you follow the steps that I'm going to talk about versus what if you don't? In most cases, it will be the difference between success and failure in this business, because everybody has the exact same opportunity and everyone starts at the exact same place, a 1A. So from 1A to 6A and beyond, it's just a series of steps and actions repeated over and over again. And here's what you do. Step number 1, immediately congratulate them on their smart and brave move. If you're a new person seeing this, congratulations on your very wise decision to get involved in your own business, right? It's also brave because most people will not be an entrepreneur and most people will swim with the river or flock with the sheep. But we are doing something very different here, so I congratulate you for that. If you're a sponsor seeing this, you want to reach out to people and really let them know that that's an awesome decision. So that's step 1. Step 2, immediately do a 3-way phone call with your upline leader so they can welcome the new person and start building a relationship. It's all about connecting, right? So here's an example. If you're selling a system to somebody and you're in the Enagic office and you're filling out the paperwork and that's all happening and you're waiting to place the order, pick up your phone and make a 3-way phone call on the spot and introduce them to Wade, Siha, or myself, or your upline 5A, 6A leader, whoever you're working with, so that they can congratulate this new person and welcome them into this organization. People who feel emotionally connected to the team stay longer involved. Many people love the community aspect so much that that's what drives them into network marketing. So step 2, immediately, day 1, make sure you're connecting them to somebody other than yourself. Step 3, make sure they get their Kangen water system set up and are using all the products that they have correctly. The 2.5, the 11.5 waters, you know, how much water are they drinking? Are they using the Ukon? Is the Anasos set up? As a sponsor bringing someone into the business, whether they're a customer or distributor, this is your personal responsibility to make sure that that system gets set up and we create another successful, happy customer. That is so crucial, and so often we forget about that and we leave that to somebody else to do. That's our responsibility. Step 3, get the water flowing. Step 4, you send anyone to our team website to register for your 90-day automated training system. So you go to prosperityandhealthalliance.com. Very easy to do, right? And on this site, there's going to be a button that says, get your training now. You ask the new person watching this, that's where you want to go, press the button, get your training now, or as a sponsor, you want to direct your new person to this website immediately and get them signed up, right? We have done all the work for you. What you need to do is take this crucial step and point in the right direction. So that will be step 4. Step 5, explain the following. Ask them to register for their training. Let them know that they will receive 24 emails in the next 90 days. That means 2 emails weekly will be sent from the training system marked PHA1, PHA2, all the way through to PHA24. 24 emails, it will actually take 72 days, but we're calling it a 90-day automated training system that will go through all the ABCs, the 1, 2, 3s of exactly what a person needs to do in order to achieve success. So what if you get your new person connected to the system? What if you as the new person follow these 24 emails? Where will you end up? You'll end up being successful at the top of this company at major ranks and levels. So I encourage you, do it. Save these emails, the ones, the PHA folder, on your account so that you can reference them in the future. The first email will come through and it will actually attach to it. It will have the table of contents of all 24 emails and what to expect. print a version out, keep it for yourself. This will be a great reference tool for your own training and educational purposes, but also for sharing that with other people in your team as your team will grow. Also explain to your new person. One email weekly is usually sent out from our general broadcast, letting people know of announcements or inviting them or reminding them to come out to the webinar, right? Email PHA1 will allow them to register for this webinar. So super important. People are wondering, how do you get on the webinar? Well, you register for the training system. And in the very first email, you get to register for the webinar, right? And then in email number 5, PHA5, we will provide you with a link so that you can download the template emails that we recommend. Please watch all those email links so that you become fully educated on all aspects of the business and use those template emails to educate your new people, prospects, and customers, right? All right there for you. Step 6. The sponsor will review the training system with the new person at the business check-in reports, which are listed in PHA 6, 12, 18, and 24 to track progress and answer questions. Doesn't it make sense, you being a sponsor, connecting a person into a program and then having a checkup point so that you can track and ask questions along the way, make sure that they're doing well, really support the person? We have built this all into our automated training system. So that's going to be email 6, 12, 18, 24, which will come out every 3 weeks. My recommendation when you get the person started and signed up, you book immediately that follow-up email 6, 3 weeks from the date of registration, right? Step number 7, connect person to any special social media sites or programs you follow. For example, my organization known as the Living Hydration Alliance, we have a private site for our distributors only. So in order to become invited to there, you need to be doing the business or be interested in that. So if you're part of my organization as a sponsor, be sure to invite your brand new person to them and do a proper introduction on the website so that everybody can welcome and support their new decision. There's a lot of great information there. And I know many other leaders in our organizations have also created smaller leadership groups so that they can be very personal and hands-on with their new people. Subscribe to the Prosperity and Health Alliance YouTube site where all these videos of our webinars are listed, plus other educational training videos. And also make sure to connect them to the Prosperity and Health Alliance Facebook group or any other Facebook groups or mentors that you feel would be positive to connecting them to the community that we have. Personal recommendation, I would definitely hook them up with Roger Gadet because he has excellent content and it's super funny stuff. So that's building that connection and building the fun into this business. So that's step number 7, connect your new person to social media programs and groups. Step number 8, start working on brainstorming the 100 names and contacts. Write them down and review this with your sponsor. Most people never do this, and this ultimately is what's going to create a 6-figure income for people and get them to 6A. Making a list of people that you know that don't decide whether they're going to be interested or not or whether they're going to be a customer or distributor. Just write down, brainstorm this list. There's lots of great information inside our training system that will help memory jog some of this, but you want to start thinking and writing these down immediately. And then start to review that with your sponsor in the next couple of weeks. From step 8, we go to step 9. Get hydrated and stay hydrated, right? We have to use the product. We have to be raving fans about what we do, and so many people are dehydrated and not thinking clearly. So once you get hydrated and really start to experience Kangen water, it's easy to talk about that experience forward. And you got to keep using it and keep being excited about it. Bring your passion, your fun, your patience, your commitment, your enthusiasm to your business, to your life, and your relationships. You've made a decision to get into a new business today, and that business is, for a lot of us, a personal development workshop with a wonderful compensation program. You will be challenged in new ways than you cannot see, and you will be forced to become a better version of yourself. Most people say yes to that, will rise to the top. If that's a challenging place, it will be a struggle for you. We have so many great mentors, resources, team, community around us all to help this process to move forward. Ultimately, becoming involved in this industry and this company and Magic for me has been one of the best transformational experiences and best decisions of my life. And I truly hope it's the same for you. So dream big. Tell your sponsor, tell your world, tell your family, tell everybody that's important to you that you've crossed over and you've made a decision and you're going to forge in a new direction. And we're here to help you. I asked the question, what if? What if Enagic is yours or my only shot at realizing true health, wealth, and happiness? If you knew it was your only shot, wouldn't you give it 110% all out from day one? Most people don't have that urgency because there's so many opportunities out there, or we think there is anyway. So we'll float from one thing to the next thing, hoping to get lucky, hoping that the first 3 or 4 people we talk about in Enagic with all decide to join the business and become 6As, and we rise to the top with very little effort. Generally, that does not happen. What happens is you learn the skills, you learn the mindset, you learn the patience, you learn the rhythm of the business, and you make this part of what you do, and you have fun with it. That can take a while, months to years, right? But it's all worth it. So ask the question, what if? What if Enagic, if this decision that you've made today to become involved with this business is your shot of really transforming your life? Work from that position, work from that urgency, and build a business that demands that type of attention. Here's the key. Follow the system and teach duplication. Do not try to reinvent the wheel. It takes way too much time, and most likely it's not successful. Focus on the fundamentals, prospecting, telling your story, asking questions. It's all covered in our training system, right? Get your people plugged into it and teach duplication. If you're doing something, you should be asking the question, is this duplicatable? If it's not, don't do it. Or I would question, maybe you shouldn't do it. You want to make sure that you're able to create something that will create a legacy in your world from day one. I have learned some painful lessons along the way, and realizing that if I had followed the system and really plugged into the mindset of duplication from day one, my business would be stronger, bigger, and more robust than it currently is. So I pass that key on to you. Think through the system and think duplication from day one. Here's the key. It's Enagic. So I welcome you into your new Enagic business. If you're a sponsor watching this, please take this information and pass it on to your new distributors. And remember, be the type of distributor you want to prospect and bring into your business. Raise the bar of your own leadership. Raise the bar of your own caliber of what it means to be an Enagic distributor, and have a lot of fun doing it. As always, we're here at the Prosperity and Health Alliance to support you. Join us on our webinars. Check out our YouTube site, our Facebook site. Reach out to the leaders. This is your community, and we're happy to be of service to you. And I wish you the ultimate, greatest health, wealth, and success and happiness in your new Enagic business. Good night, friends, and have a wonderful time building your business. And we can end the recording right there. Thanks, Kim. So I want to bring it back to everybody, and hopefully that turned out well. I have realized in my own experience of teaching people, plugging people into the system and plugging them into educational videos to be really short and precise and make a clean entry on both sides is kind of the best way. So I'm not a professional at this. I do my best, as Wade and Siha do too, and the rest of our brave souls who put our faces on social media and videos and put our reputation out there. So I hope that video works out, and I hope the content there is really clear and easily understandable. 9 steps, pretty simple getting started process. The key is, will you follow it? And will you teach it to every single person that comes into your business? I can say honestly, sending them this video, which may be 10, 12 minutes long, would be a great step. Getting them connected into our training system, awesome step. Now, is everybody going to do it? No, but not everybody is going to get to 6A, right? We know we want to set people up with the best opportunity for success. So there's 3 main things that we've seen. They got to get connected to the community, right? They got to build relationships. They got to get connected to the resources, places where they're going to learn. So we've created the system around that. And then they have to have the support of their sponsor. People who, this is an interesting statistic, people who are sponsored by a leader in network marketing are 80% more likely to be successful than someone who's sponsored by somebody who's just coming into the business. So what does that tell me? That tells me that duplication needs to be really clear, because you want to make sure the new person who's sponsoring the new person is plugging them into the system that the leader has created and that they have access to the leader from day one. Isolating people and leaving them alone will not work, and it has some really hard challenges. So from here, I want to reach out to the community who's watching this live, get some of your feedback, answer some of your questions and comments. So I'm going to open up the questions in the chat window, and why don't you guys say hello and give me some feedback. So we got a bunch of people on the line. I'll say hello to everybody. It's Alexandra, Andrew, Christy, Claire, Doris, Danny. Hi Doris, nice to have you on board. Danny McDonald, Christina, Dylan, Ira, Carla, Lori, Mariev, Mike, Noel, Orsha, Roger, Sandy, Sherry, Thomas, and more. So always so great to have a live audience when we do this. We know a lot of people plug in during the week because we see the views and so forth. So let me go through a little bit of the questions, and if you have any comments, just throw it in and we'll move through it. So here's a comment or a question from Noel. Hi Creel, thanks for a great webinar. In getting to 682 most efficiently, what do you think about using formal market research surveys, consumer reports to target specific groups to recruit business builders and good quality prospects? Sounds great. You know, wherever you find that information, I think it's really good to get clear on who you are and what's your prospecting. Because just because someone drinks water doesn't mean that they're a good prospect. And the type of prospect that I'm looking for is going to be different from the type of prospect that you might be looking for. So that's age, what they're doing for a living, what I do, you know, what my area of interests are. So I think market research can be helpful, but I really drop into who you are, because market research could tell you to go look in a certain area, but you have nothing in common with that area. So the chances of good prospects exist there, but the chances of you connecting to those prospects might be lower versus going to a group that you have natural affiliations to and a normal flow and kind of communication and relationships. So I think it's a great idea, and also look for who you are and where you want to connect with those people. Christina, hello Creel, awesome, sweet and short, but full of meat. Perfect. I hope it does. I hope it works for you and your people. Hi Creel, good stuff. One of my potential business builders said he'll join the business in March. He has already made a sale with no help from me, so I know he's got great potential. How do I know when is a good time to start the 9 steps? Oh, I would start it now. Now when people say I'm going to purchase later, that can be a couple things. There's a financial thing that's happening that needs to be wait, or they're super busy and they can't take on something new into their life until March. So the chances of them starting to go through the system is not going to work. So you want to start when somebody's got the time to commit to this. So I would check in with that person and seeing, is it a financial scenario or is it a time management scenario that they're starting in March? If it's a financial scenario, then I would get him started right away, so that when March comes around and he gets the system, he can already be like in it, making some sales. If he's made a sale, maybe you've signed him up as a tokenizer, so he already has a business license. It's really a matter of like, he can be going on it. So I would start those right away. If it's a time management issue, I would probably I would connect him to somebody in the team so that there's a little bit more of community contact and support. Probably not one of the top leaders, but just somebody else than yourself, so that they feel and get excited being like, oh, there's this whole thing waiting for me. So there's an anticipation, and connect them into some of the cool things that are here. Hope that answers your question. From Claire, good stuff. Oh, that's from you, Claire. Thank you. Alejandra, thank you for sharing great information. Noel, thanks. Let's see, from Doris. Hello, Creel. I need information on Ukon sales. I am wondering how people are selling this other than Facebook. Good question. I'm going to focus at another webinar on Ukon. I got your email from Patricia with the questions, Doris. So I'd like to focus one on Ukon, a little bit on the product, but mostly on the business aspect and how to work it, how to promote it, the advantages to it, some of the nuances in renewals when you go to making a new ranks, all that counts. So that's a bigger question than right now. I'm going to cover that in a completely new webinar, so look for that really soon. Claire, he has his device. Great. So then there must be a time management issue if he's not starting right now, but in March. So I would ask him, check in with him. Is he ready to get started with the training system? Because there's a time commitment involved, and so you want to get clear on if that's possible. Sandy, thank you, Creel. Grateful for all you do. It's my pleasure. I'm more of a, as you guys know, I'm kind of short and sweet and to the point. So I'm kind of trimming this down. Almost 6:30. I'd love to see if you guys have any more questions or comments. If not, we are going to wrap this up early because I feel complete in the information that we've been able to give out, and I hope the video is going to be used. I'll tell you how this webinar got brainstormed for me, though. I had one of my top leaders, business builders, ask me to basically connect their new prospect to the training system and send them all the emails and kind of do all the work. And I said, oh, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that for you. That's why we've created this system. And I started, in our conversation back and forth, I realized that he was unsure of how to actually, what the system was really about and how to connect people into it and the benefits of it. So I said, oh gosh, if he's having, not clear on it, maybe there's other people. So I would suggest taking this shortened version of the webinar and send it out to your leaders just to make sure that they're really clear on what tools they have available to them and on a really clear getting started process. Because, from my point of view, if someone goes through these 9 steps, the chances of them sticking around, being successful, and really doing something in an agile goes way up. If they don't see this and they don't get connected, the chances are, we all know what the chances are, because most of us have been in the business for a little while. So people come and they go almost just as quick unless they get stuck with the glue of the community, or they get engaged with the learning, or they get engaged with the personal development. So we've created this structure and system to allow that engagement to happen. We've taken the pressure off you as being the distributor. Your job is to make sure people are getting sent there and really streamlining that process. So I hope that makes sense. Creel, the link for the video will be sent out to our emails. Yeah, I think we'll probably do both. Everything, all the recordings from here will get posted to our YouTube, the Prosperity and Health Alliance YouTube site. So please go there. That's all the great information is there. So we'll have 2 videos that will go up there. One will be the webinar and one will be the video itself. What I'll probably do is also send out an email from our email blast to the whole team, just with the link to the video, so that can be used as an educational tool. There you have. Thank you so much. Wonderful and grateful. Love it. Christina, thank you. Thank you. With that, Doris, maybe I'll just talk a minute or two about the Ukon before I go into a larger presentation. So the Ukon is an interesting product. So we obviously lead with the water technology, most of us, and we have been learning more about the Ukon over the years. Now, feedback from the field has been extremely positive, and because we realize that we have more of an upper end turmeric product, and there's a lot of cheaper stuff in the marketplace. So when you talk about, hey, have you heard of turmeric? People are like, yeah, and we start to tell our product, people are like, oh, you know, that can be expensive. When you start to analyze what our particular product is, and I'm going to go over the key benefits of that to really build value into the conversation on a separate webinar, but we are making the top of the top Ukon. There's probably a couple other products that can compare with that, and if you look at their price point, it's roughly about the same for a monthly supply. So know that you've really got like a pharmaceutical grade, so we want to create value around that. The feedback from traditional Chinese doctors that I've had using products and serving it to their clients, they're getting excellent results. Also people in the field, distributors that have been using it or sharing with other people, excellent results. So we know it's testing really well and people get excited about it. I think it's about creating another conversation really about inflammation and all the disharmony that can happen physically and with someone's health around inflammation issues. You know, pharmaceutical drugs are coming from the derivative of turmeric quite extensively. So we know it's very popular and it's got, you know, so much information online. So it's asking people, you know, do they take supplements? You know, do you take an anti-inflammatory? You know, basically our Ukon is like a multivitamin. Because with turmeric and these oils, because of its full combination with the vitamin Bs and stuff. So it actually will replace some of the supplements that people are already doing, like maybe 2 or 3 of them will need to go because the Ukon will replace all of that. So on the product side and the health side, that's kind of some areas to highlight. And then on the business side, it allows people to start up their own business at a much lower level. People like the idea of the sales every 4 months as a way to do it. So there's quite a few nuances within the Ukon program. So I'm not sure. I'll probably do a webinar on it in the next 2 to 3 weeks. The boys will take their turns. We're going to rotate who's hosting Monday night webinars. So look for that coming in the future, and I'll do probably a 20-25 minute thing focused just on all aspects of Ukon and what it means to our businesses. So I hope that a little bit of information has been helpful, but more is to come. And last chance, Dora says they love it and they've been using it for about a year. Awesome. So with that, everybody, I'm going to, unless there's any last comments, I'm going to wish you all a wonderful evening. Enjoy. It is essentially the beginning of the month. February 1st, I believe, is tomorrow. So it's time to put month 1 in the books and really hone in on what was able to be accomplished for yourself. Are you on par with your goals and the expectations you set out at the beginning of the year? Does something need to be recalibrated? Do you need to put more energy in? Do you need more time, more accountability? This is where you really want to be connecting with your people around this. So reevaluate, and let's all have an amazing month of February. To note, next week will be the first Monday of the month, and as always, Danny D. McCauley and the KANGEN 1 team will be hosting their online organizational meeting. We do hope you join Danny and the rest of the team then. We'll be back in 2 weeks. So from here, I wish you all a wonderful evening and all the best. Good night.